Hey everyone, welcome back to Talking Balls. It's episode 4. I was meant to record this on the weekend, but I'm not gonna lie, it was way too hot to do it. I record in my room, and I usually have the windows closed to block out outside noise. And yeah, this weekend I couldn't do it. Like even in my room, I was sweating as it was, and I just didn't have the energy. But yeah, I guess now it's better than never. So, episode 4, what's up at the World Cup? I start off, I'm just going to be looking back at the group stages, which finished yesterday, and the round of 32, which began last night. Thankfully, I didn't catch that game, Canada, South Africa. By all accounts, it was extremely boring. And to be honest, a little bit happy South Africa went out. Um, we all know why, so I'm not going to dig into it any further. So yeah, going to be looking at the last 2.5 weeks for the first part of this episode, and then the next 3 weeks. I calculated it, and I think the World Cup final is in exactly 2 weeks and 6 days. So we're going to look at just a quick review of the brackets and everything. I've just finished watching the Brazil Japan game. When, as expected, Japan put in heart and soul, put in a lot of effort. Brazil ultimately winning because of the superior talent in that team. And I am currently missing the start of Germany Paraguay as I record this episode. So uh, hopefully I can breeze through it and catch the rest of that game, maybe end of first half and second half as well. Yeah, so group stage review, I'm going to start off with teams that disappointed me really. Um, Two of them should be quite obvious because I did talk about these teams in the first episode of the World Cup preview. Starting off with Turkey, who I had them on the list to watch. I named some fantastic young players: Aragulek, Hananiotis, Baristas Bayomas. You expected Kermatsokoglu and Noglu, the veterans on the team, to show up as well. And really, it was so bad. I don't get it. They lost the first 2 games and they were out of the World Cup by that point, which to me just I don't even know how to describe it. It was quite disappointing to see because I expected so much from them. I mean, they didn't score till the third game where they beat the USA's second team. They had USA, Australia, Paraguay in that group, and I really expected them to come second. I'll be honest. Um, didn't score till the third game, like I said, against second team USA. Um, Created loads of chances the first 2 games actually, but couldn't hit a barn door from 10 yards. So it was just really, really bad. Frankly, I don't know what happened with them, but yeah, no, not on at all. Not on at all. Next up, another team I predicted to be one to watch, to be a spectacular watch. I mean, I expected Uruguay coming into this to be play aggressive, high tempo football, pressing constantly on the front foot, borderline chaotic as is Marcelo Bielsa style, and style of some of the guys like Valverde and Darwin Nunes. But honestly, it was so boring to watch them play. It was so bad. I don't know how. Yeah, I can't think of any other words to describe them. It was really, really, it was a poor watch. They just looked so uninterested. To be honest, like big names didn't perform. Bielsa seemed to have lost his touch tactically, with some of his team decisions and his formations, and also the fact that he just didn't seem to have that connection with his players. There seemed to be quite a bit of disconnect between the coaching staff and the players, and that's never a good recipe, especially in knockout football. Scotland, finally, disappointing on so many levels, not just because you expect so much better from that team, but also there was so much hype coming in. First World Cup since 1998. You expect them to play every game, 110% effort, going all through all 90, all game, all 90 minutes long. And yeah, they got the win versus Haiti. That's predictable. But then they lost to Morocco and Brazil, and I mean that just cemented like a really nervous wait for, let's be honest, the inevitable elimination that was coming. The players didn't seem so up to the occasion. There were a lot of individual mistakes in their performances. Things just didn't seem right. Almost like a lot of brain farts throughout the competition. So yeah, that's those are the three teams that really I expected a lot better of. On to surprises. I've already mentioned one of these guys because I'm happy they're out now. But South Africa, I watched that opener against Mexico where they went down 3-0, had two players sent off, and I thought that was going to be an abysmal start and emblematic of the rest of that campaign to be chaotic and just downright terrible. But you know what? They actually picked up. They drew with Czech Republic. They fought back in that game, second half. I mean, Czech Republic, another team I could say were a disappointment, but leave them out of this for now. South Africa came back in that game, fought back, and they drew, which was a creditable result. And then a credible result. And final group game to beat South Korea. I really was stunned by that because I don't think a lot of people were, not just the fact that South Korea are so good at football. I just think there was so much jeopardy, there was so much at stake that you didn't expect that to happen. I mean, that win knocked South Korea out of the tournament. So that tells you how much how much of a surprise these guys were, beating South Korea, coming through that group in second place. Ivory Coast as well. To be fair, this shouldn't be a surprise because I went through the Ivory Coast team during the Germany game last week, and they have a shockingly deep team. They've got a great talent pool in there, especially at centre backs and wingers. Weirdly enough, so I mean, they shouldn't really be a surprise, but they still did really well in that group. They had Ecuador, Germany. Ecuador beating Germany stopped Ivory Coast from finishing second, but they did finish third, and it wasn't like a close third. They looked good value for the points they got. They were unlucky to lose to Germany as well with that late winner from Ndav. So that game against Norway this week, that should be a great watch. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a really physical battle. It's going to be entertaining football because both sides are full of attacking superstars yeah, attacking stars and superstars, and they are, in terms of physicality, you look at Norway players, you look at Ivory Coast players, it's almost like the same, different sides of the same coin. Tall, good, tall, sturdy players, hard to beat in a one-on-one battle. So it's going to be a great watch that game. And finally, I had to end this one on a high. The surprises, Cape Verde. I I mean, Drew's first ever World Cup campaign, third smallest country ever to qualify for a World Cup. First game, drew with Spain 0-0. 40-year-old goalkeeper making his debut in the World Cup. Man of the match, brilliant performance. Granted, drew Uruguay next game 2-2. Again, that's another team I thought they would get battered that game, but they actually did so well. They battled they went ahead, and then Uruguay came back, and uh, Cape Verde fought for a point. So really well done to them. And then Saudi Arabia team, to be honest, I expected them to win, but another draw. Good on them. They've got to a round of 32. So I'm happy for them. No one expected this. It's a great performance all around. And you know what? Viva Fosinia? Viva Cape Verde. Whatever happens now, round of 32 onwards, there's no one who can say they can't go home proud, having held the country aloft and returning as hometown heroes. So well done, Cape Verde. Huge fan of them. Really happy for them. I don't think anyone else can disagree with that. This one, this Next section is not one that I advertised, but I just thought there's so many records broken in this group stage that I'll just pick a select few of them because these are incredible records. These are things that have been in place for decades. Some of them decades, some of them centuries. Well, not centuries, but yeah, decades, years and years of football heritage being broken this World Cup. Starting off with the most World Cup appearances, or the most World Cups appearing in. We've got that's six. So Messi, Ronaldo, Ochoa, first players in history to appear in 6 World Cups. Granted, Messi and Ronaldo actually have the record for playing in 6 World Cups. Ochoa was in the 2006 and 2010 World Cups, but didn't play. But he still deserves a shout because it is still an incredible record. Most World Cups scored in, Ronaldo 6 World Cups scored in. And that is an absolutely incredible record when you think about it. That is 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022, 2026 to score in every single one of those World Cups. I mean, the longevity alone to still be showing up for your country after 22 years, after 22 years is frankly incredible. Granted, he's only got 10 goals in total, which I think is a disappointing total for him, but 6 World Cup scored in is still no laughing matter. Most World Cup goals all time. Miroslav Klose came in with 16 coming into this World Cup. Right now, after 3 games in the group stage, Lionel Messi has 19 goals. And with Argentina tipped to make semi-final, final, who knows how much further he could extend this record. But I don't think, I mean, I already said it before, he is the GOAT. He just continues to astound and break records that really, at this point, it's just not a surprise anymore. But soon to be most World Cup goals, though, this one I find interesting because Kylian Mbappe has 16. But Mbappe, I mean, that's 3 behind Messi. But Mbappe's played 17 games to Messi's 29. Messi, this is probably his last World Cup at age 39. Mbappe is only 27. So he's still got at least one World Cup left, probably 2 to 3. So even if Messi sets a really high standard at this one, there's no reason Mbappe can go forward and break it at the next one or the one after that or the one after that. So I'm calling it here now, soon to be most World Cup goals of all time, Kylian Mbappe coming to you in 4, 8 or 12 years. Most matches won by a coach. Didier Deschamps, 17 World Cup games won as a coach. No one can doubt this guy anymore. I mean, he's won it as a player with France, won it as manager in 2018 with France, made the final last time around 2022. They could make the final again this year. They could win it all again this year. I won't count against them. So it is a massive achievement. It's also his 4th consecutive World Cup with the same country, which I believe is the all-time record, joint with former German manager and I think Sir Alf Ramsey, if I'm not mistaken. But it is an incredible record and a testament to his coaching brilliance as well. This one I felt I should include because they never really get any shout outs or credits. But most World Cups as a referee, Ali Reza Fagani, Iranian Australian referee. I think this is his 4th World Cup officiating in. That's incredible. And an Argentinian named Juan Pablo Belatti. This is also his 4th World Cup as an assistant referee. So big shout out to those 2 guys. Don't know who they are and can't say that I was aware of that, but credit where it's due. Fagani and Belatti deserve a lot of plaudits because 4 World Cups as referee and assistant referee is not a small achievement. I mean, we've seen not just the politics that's come with this World Cup, but the likes of Pierluigi Collini and co in the past didn't make it to 4 World Cups. That's incredible. So these guys, again, loads of credit to them. Kudos, whatever. Onto the knockout stage. I'm just gonna breeze through this really quickly because I'm starting to get quite warm and I do want to go watch the rest of the Germany Paraguay game. This another World Cup, by the way, where England have ended up on the nice side of the draw. I say nice side because not to disrespect other countries on this side, but you would expect England to make a deep run in this World Cups. I mean, if we beat, who are we playing? DR Congo in round of 32, we could be up against Mexico in the round of 16, one of Brazil, Ivory Coast, or Norway in quarterfinals. If we win that, Argentina in semifinals. So realistically, we should be making at the very least quarterfinals, possibly the semifinals. On the other side of the bracket, I'm expecting to see Germany versus France in the round of 16. By the way, this is why I said England have the nice side of the draw, because Germany and France, two of the 7 teams I tipped to win it, or two 7 favorites. Um, I expect to see them in round of 16. That's already one of those big guns getting knocked out so early on. Netherlands, Morocco, whoever wins between Netherlands and Morocco in this round of in well, sorry, I expect Netherlands, Morocco in round of 32, I believe as well. Which again, that's another massive draw. Like two teams most people had in top 10 favorites of the World Cup. I mean, Morocco are number 7 in the world. I'm not sure where Netherlands are, but absolutely massive. I expect the winner of that to go through and play the winner of Germany, France in the quarterfinal. I also expect to see Portugal versus Spain in the round of 16, and the winner of Portugal versus Spain will play the winner, whoever wins the Germany slash France slash Netherlands slash Morocco tie in the semifinals. That tells you how tough that other side of the draw is. And again, England have locked it so much, and we need to take this massive chance because I don't know how much longer we can keep doing this nonsense. But um, excluding all those big guns, all the big favorites, there are a few countries that could make runs, that could play spoiler. I fancy at least one or two of these guys to make a deep run, just like we've seen in past. Just like we saw in 2018 with Croatia, 2010 with Uruguay. So Senegal, Mexico, Norway, Switzerland. I think they've all got their merits and obviously drawbacks. Senegal, that team is full of talent from back to front. Question I have for them is, can Edward Mendy and centre backs fix their defensive errors? That's on the other side. They've got such a potent attack, but can Nico Jackson find form? Can we see the Nico Jackson that could score a hat trick for Chelsea, rather than the Nico Jackson we saw at most of the times with Chelsea, i.e., the profligate finisher? With Mexico, I think they play well as a team and they could have home advantage. I'm not actually sure when the home games might be, but don't discount that at all because Mexico at the Azteca believe they've won 83 of their last 85 games. So that is a massive, massive boost for them. Norway, I already mentioned several times. That shouldn't be a surprise to anyone at this point. And Switzerland, we've seen them in past Euros, actually. Euro 2020, 21, was it? Where they knocked out France. Was it 5-2, I believe? Yeah, it was an absolutely insane game. And they still look like they have talent. And first game against, who was it they played first game? Qatar wasn't a great watch. They seemed to waste chances. They seemed quite profligate. They didn't seem to know what to do. They didn't have the required energy. But since they started Vargas and youngster Manzambi, like they have started to look a lot better. Obviously, Chaka controlling things in central midfield as well. They've got experience all around the squad. They've got like youthful energy now, so they could make a deep run. I won't be surprised if they do. They could. They are a potential spoiler. So thank you guys again for listening to this episode. It's been a quick one. I am gonna go watch the rest of the Germany Paraguay game. Enjoy the rest of the World Cup and let me know your thoughts as always. All right. Take care. Bye.